Assalamualaikum everybody. This is Hamza and I am the student of Forman Christian College University. And today we will be talking about HR and breaking some myths with our very precious guest, Syed M Jaffery.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Syed M Jaffery from WorldCo Telecom Limited, and I'm looking after the HR OD function of this company.
That's great, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
The first thing that I want to ask you is so far that I have been studying is that HR is all about hiring and firing. What other tasks do we have on the table?
Actually, let me take you back a little bit back in time. It used to be called a personnel department. If you go to some of these government offices, it's still called the personnel department because they took it as a person who is hired and who does the job and goes home. That's all. Now they're considering, after having the concept that human being could be a resource, so they call it human resource development. So things have moved forward from recruitment and selection. It is now talking about training and development to spend some time, some money upon a resource that could be beneficial in various ways. So that's how it has evolved into a human resource from a personnel department.
Okay, that's great. As you talked about training and development, how vital is training and development playing its role in the functioning of the company? Like, for example, if you hire me, for example, if I show up, like if I'm a layman to you and you are not sure if I am aligning with the mission and values of the company, what if I get the training from a company and then I leave in like 2 to 3 months? Like, how much resources are you investing on me, and is it really fruitful if I take or leave?
In that recruiting, it's like gathering a bunch of people and then you select from them. So if my selection is weak, if I have been biased, I could be wrong on my end as well. In evaluating a person, him or her, then we have got a wrong resource. And obviously we can't spend time and money to some extent to brush up his or her skills. So if the selection has to be correct. Now, if there are some shortcomings in a person or lady, then we can work on the grooming. We can use in-house resources to build. If that person has the ability, like for example, people coming from remote areas, they are approaching main cities of Pakistan, right? Because there are not many opportunities out there. They have good education, they are smart people, and if you get that resource, you see the spark in that person, you have that person, and you'll see the spark is there. All it needs is some training, and if the company puts in some effort, I mean that will be your shining star for the company and be very beneficial to your company. So which will translate into money and revenue generation for the company. So that's how we look at it. So whatever is required to build that person's incentive by putting his or her time in getting the training, the incentive for that person is the value is being increased. They may take off somewhere, like for example, IT guys. I mean, they're just like liquid. I mean, you can't contain them. And so if you keep them happy, money-wise, basically, and if you want to upgrade their skills, some newer versions of software training and all that, they'll stay with you.
Okay, so as you say that it's completely normal, people leaving and people sticking with the company. So what is a good? There must be a benchmark, an industry benchmark, where you say like from like 20% are leaving, it's fine, or is it like 40% if they are leaving, it's fine? Like, what is the right percentage for that?
The term which they use is the high turnover.
Yeah.
Now, for that matter, there's another thing which is now associated with HR is the organizational development. So now they call it HR and OD. Organizational development is a psychological treatment of the employees. Now, in-house guy, no matter from HR or elsewhere within the company, any other functions of the company, that person will be effective in doing their job. So you have to hire an external body to interact with employees. If you want to bring a transformation in the company, that he will meet, have a have one-on-one meeting with different employees and propagate the idea. The change is coming. They have to be mentally prepared. So that's a very important aspect. I mean, not very many companies are practicing that, but that's very important. Now, I'm trying to fit this concept into the situation that you're explaining, that people are, leaving, like they don't stay for long, very high turnover. Why? I mean, what is wrong? I mean, they leave, they don't very much complain. It's just like a customer. They come to your shop, you're selling something. If anything goes wrong from your end, that guy or gal won't show up again. Just that simple. You won't get a feedback. So getting out from what their mindset is, or understanding their needs, the OD treatment is a helpful tool combined with HR to work towards the progress of the company.
Okay, so can you elaborate the OD treatment?
As I said, it's a psychological treatment, and it has got nothing to do with the HR. And it someone has more practiced, more exposed in this area, and you will have whatever mission you are holding, the company is holding, what transformation they're doing. They have to get that into people's minds and get them ready for a change. So in short, if you want to bring a change into the company, that change is brought through organization development part, the OD part.
Okay, so if I want to become a good HR manager, do you recommend me having some psychological degree certifications as well, so I can keep the employees motivated and keeping just calming them down? Like, there are always politics in the organization, right? So what would be the best approach for that?
There are certifications. Now it's time, you go beyond your university graduation, even you have done a master's in a certain discipline. So HRCP, and there are other qualifications for that. You have to write. You have to study on your own. There's some curriculum to that. You study and then you write an exam. Similar exams are outside Pakistan as well, in the West as well. So you can carry this degree, carry that certification outside Pakistan, and you'll find work.
So, and there is this thing that we all know that monetary benefits play a lot of role. What kind of other fringe benefits do you think are very good for the company to keep the employees there, like sticking with the company? Like most of the MNCs offer a lot of things, like they offer cars, they offer insurance, and a lot more.
Absolutely, right. What people are looking for, just from this country's perspective, is job security, right? And that's how people look at the government jobs. There's job security, and that is going away slowly, as we see. There's no pension, or the pension stays for 10 years, and after that you won't be getting the pension. So those kind of securities, we have to take those out of our minds. We have to be competitive, no matter what you're doing. You have to be competitive in the market. Let's say if you get laid off, things happen, bad things happen. So you have enough value to be hired by another company. So that frame of mind has to be changed. You become a resource, and that resource could be hired across the board. Right? So if you have that kind of sense of, that will bring sense of security actually to you. Now, if you want to stay at a company, if you are staying at a multinational, yes, medical is important, vehicle is important. Those kind of things are offered by the companies, and that makes people happier. And recreational activities. Some event has to happen every year. Meaning some cricket match, some picnic event. Those kind of things, they bring along their families, and they all intermingle, and they know each other well. So that is very important. You become like a family.
Okay, you just mentioned recreational activities. Normally, I have seen like most of the IT companies, they are having some mango days, they are having some color days, and a lot of such stuff. So, do you think this is a persona that just the Gen Z is building, or is it something that our seniors, basically people who are in the age bracket of 35 to 50, they are comfortable with this as well, or they just consider it as another chochla of the new guys?
Well, no, Generation Z, we have to keep that in mind, is in Pakistan as well, and they are around the age of 24 now. Now, they don't want to get up early in the morning. I mean, you can be forcing them to be at office at 9, and they like the kind of working hours we hold. Certain companies have that flexibility in there. For example, they give you three kind of office attending hours. Like you can start your work at 8. And if you're not possible, just something else, or you can start at 9. You can start at 10, and that's how you end as well. 8 to 4, 8 to 5, and 8 to 6. So the number of hours you spend, then you have flexibility to, if you have some errands to run, you can take half day off. If those kind of flexibilities are there, people are happy. I mean, in this country, you have to manage so many things, right? So flexible or flex hours is a basic concept. Flex hours could be, you can work from home, those kind of things. You have to allow that flexibility now. You cannot have a rigid 9 to 5 kind of hours, as we have had seen in the recent past. So that's not possible anymore.
Post-COVID, we have noticed, and we have actually witnessed a lot of remote working. Like everybody have moved into remote working, and companies are recognizing it. As an HR manager, how do you think you can efficiently keep the employees motivated? Like it's very hard to keep a check on them. Like there are softwares I see that if we are not moving a cursor on the screen for like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, it just gives a countdown time, and then you just the system just considers you as an offline. But as long as it is, as we consider this, we can see this that it can be a big demotivator for the employee as well. Like if he just had to go and grab a water bottle, like so the timer would just go off, right?
I know a company, a Chinese company, a brand name I would say. They during the COVID times, they had been asking their employees to have attendance twice with the same background. So because to eliminate that possibility of dodging. Now this trend of working from home, it was good for some time. Now it's being reversed, especially in the West. What had been going on, because there was no need of offices, buildings were getting empty, and all that. Plus, if your company is a customer-oriented company, people are not there to serve the customers. So I mean, now they're saying you have to come back to your routine. Yeah, now but they're not going drastically. That tomorrow it will be 9 to 5 and 5 or 6 days a week. They're doing it gradually, but the goal is to bring people at work 5 days or 6 days.
Like there are two types of companies. Like in the current economy, we can see the most companies that are growing are the ones that have international clients, right? So how do you think, what is the best HR policy for a company that is not that is basically getting the work outsourced, like they are just grabbing the international client from like US or UK, and they are performing all their tasks in Pakistan? So what would be the best approach there? Because normally we can see this, for example, if we consider truck dispatching, the employees that are there, they are in direct contact with the client. And once they have a good contact with him, like they get a good grasp over the client psychology and everything, they try to snatch the client from the company. Like what kind of policies does HR enforce there to keep the motto of the company there, like to safeguard the company?
To safeguard the employees of the company.
No, to safeguard the rights of the company actually. Like employees there, employee would stick with the company for like 3 to 4 months, right? Then he would just grab the client and he would leave. So
Right. Okay.
how does HR
So
play
in
its
short,
role
you're
there?
saying to steal the clients.
Yeah.
You have to stop letting your employees steal the clients, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the question. Now, that thing happens no matter they are international clients or they are local clients, and that falls under the ethics value, the loyalty value. That's what employers want to see in the employees. Now you have the right to excel as well. You have the right to make more money. I mean, you're not. You cannot be having a slave mentality. So, so what you can do is you can sign a bond with a company. When you have this kind of environment, which is vulnerable, I mean, either your client can steal your employee or your employee will join your competition or a client. So, that's how the interests can be protected by signing a contract that you'll stay with me at least for 2 years.
Okay, that's great. So that was a very insightful session with you, and thank you so much and
Thank
sharing
you.
all of your experience with me. Thank you.
Thanks for having me over here.